Alive and Kicking is an African social enterprise creating ethical employment and improving the health and quality of life of disadvantaged African youths. An organisation that uses business practices to pursue our charitable objectives. Established in 2004 by the late Jim Cogan, an inspirational teacher with passion for African development, we are the only formal manufacturer of sports balls on the African continent. His vision was to see the large-scale production of sports balls in Africa, to use the continent's passion for football to boost local economies, provide children with the right equipment to play, and to use sport to help combat the spread of deadly disease. It is this vision that drives Alive and Kicking to this day. Since the beginning, we have produced over 700,000 footballs.
My name is Joel and I make you ball.
Alive and Kicking balls are made out of leather. So they're tough, they're durable, and they're repairable. The leather is also sourced locally, so we are supporting local industry. So indirectly, we are employing a number of many other staff at the factories where we source our leather. Given the terrain that we have in Africa, an Alive and Kicking ball can be able to withstand the rough grounds. There's a lot of acacia thorns, there's barbed wire. So you find where the balls are used to play, the fields are quite tough on the balls, and the balls are able to last. If in the event they get punctured, we can repair them. It's just a question of opening it up, replacing the tube inside, or replacing a couple of panels. So Alive and Kicking is a social enterprise. This basically means that the objectives of the company are all social. It's in our DNA to give back to communities. So we have three major objectives. One of them is providing employment opportunities for people from disadvantaged backgrounds. And you find a lot of, like 90% of our staff here are from disadvantaged backgrounds. So for us, it's giving them a second chance in life. The second objective is that we promote awareness of social issues using sports around a certain community. To do this, we'd work with partners who are experts. Then the third objective is we donate balls to schools, communities, children's homes that cannot afford sports equipment.
So these balls that we're giving you today, do you think they'll be helpful?
Actually, they will be very much helpful because one of the biggest challenges that we have is training facilities.
Yeah.
Yeah, so for the balls, they will really have a very big impact in the team. And I assure you they will help very many kids to develop their talent and be better people in future. And when they get out of the training field, they are tired, they just have to go and relax. And we also encourage them in their academics. So find the little time that they are remaining with, they use it to perfect their academics.
I'll talk about unemployment in Kenya. I think it's a huge problem. The current statistics show that unemployment rate in Kenya is 40%, which means 4 out of every 10 Kenyans doesn't have a job.
So looking for a job in this country is not easy. And I know people of my age, some of them were more learned than I. They are looking for jobs and they haven't found any. I was so lucky that I met Alive and Kicking.
I mean, there are a lot of people who've gone to school, who've graduated, and who can't find jobs. But the issue is also largely with the population that has not been able to go to school. And therefore, the only kind of employment they can get is odd jobs where they get paid a daily wage. And when this job ends, they have nothing else to do.
My last job was not regular. Sometimes you go and work and they told you to stop, not come today because the job is down. It was very hard to support my family because I was earning very little. The money was little. So it was difficult to support my family 100%. But start working Alive and Kicking, I managed to keep up my family. I managed to support my family, even my parents, even up country have to do some things there.
Each of the 150 people that we employ typically supports an extended family of 6 people on their salary.
We are very happy because we are earning, we are getting our daily bread there. We are getting basic needs we want. Education is key. And when I take my children to school, I'm proud of that. And it's because of Alive and Kicking. If you achieve what if you are heart desire, you feel great.
Through Alive and Kicking that I've been able to take my kids to school. And not only my kids, I'm a second born in a family of 9. And it's like I've helped to take like 4 of my siblings to school. 2 have done their 4th form, and one is sitting a national exam this year, and another one is in Form 2. That help has always been coming from me, and I'm so thankful to Alive and Kicking because they offered me a job, so now I'm able to do all that. Yeah.
In partnership with Tackle Africa and other organisations, Alive and Kicking is helping to combat the spread of preventable diseases by training local sports coaches to deliver sessions which are interactive and fun, whilst also passing on serious messages about the prevention and treatment of deadly diseases.
Alive and Kicking has done a great job because first they took us for the trainings of about 25 coaches. The second, we went through HIV and the AIDS program. The thirdly, we were given a lot of things to explore our knowledge to our teams that we were training.
So if I give you the first example of how HIV works, we will set up 2 teams, one called HIV FC, one called CD4 United. We play a 5-a-side match, but when a team scores, the other team loses a player. And we play like that for maybe 15-20 minutes, and then we introduce the HIV. And we now say, you represent the HIV cells, and we discuss how that works in the body, and you represent the CD4 cells, and your job is to defend the immune system against infection and against HIV. So now, when you lose a player, you're becoming weaker, and HIV is getting stronger. If HIV lose a player and CD4 gain a player, that means you are making your body stronger, you are taking your antiretrovirals, you're leading a healthy lifestyle, and you're battling against HIV, and that way you can lead a healthy life for many, many years to come.
After the coaches have been trained, they are invited to bring a team to a community football tournament. The tournament is an opportunity for Alive and Kicking to pass on health messages to the wider community, and also for people to find out their HIV status at a mobile testing site.
This is the product of 25 of my coaches that were here working with me last week on a coaching course. Now, 16 of their teams are involved in a men's and women's tournament. There is a trophy at stake, but also the main reason for this is to mobilise as many people into the area so they can have HIV testing for free.
Okay, I brought a team which have participated for the tournament, so I'm here as a coach. I'm planning to get tested so that I can know my status, and I'm encouraging most of my players to do so. I think for the past 20 minutes I've been bringing them here.
I'm a member of a group called Victory Post-Test Group. That is a group of infected and affected by HIV. So our involvement with Alive and Kicking is using football as a tool for social mobilization, such that people can can know their status. Those who know their status can know, after all, there is life after knowing their status, and they can still remain healthy.
Their understanding of HIV already has gone through the roof. The coach's knowledge has already gone through the roof in just the 3 days I had with them. So I think it's incredibly effective.
Alive and Kicking strive to help those from disadvantaged backgrounds. Here are 2 of our fantastic stitchers, Khadija and Juliet, who were once street kids.
My dad had an accident. My mom, we were still with my mom. After some times, my mom got sick and she died too. I was brought to Alive and Kicking to get the skills so that I can search for myself. After I did the skills training, I was told to go back home to search for a job. Then luckily after some times, Alive and Kicking called me back to give me a job, and that's why I'm very proud of Alive.
So do you like working?
Yeah, I do like a lot because it brings food on my table. Yeah.
My dad died, and my mom, I don't know where she went. That's why I became a homeless. What I've seen in Alive and Kicking when I was in street, they could bring balls to the street girls, encourage them to go play football, keep them busy with the football. And I think they should continue doing that, to promote balls to street girls, street boys, so that they can help them get out of the streets and have their own life. I'm thankful to Alive and Kicking because it supports me in some ways.
And do you have a home now?
Yeah, I have my home.
We employ more than 150 staff at our stitching centres. 96% of our staff have had their lives transformed thanks to Alive and Kicking, as each wage supports an average of 6 people. As part of our Health Roadshow, we've trained 955 health education coaches. Since the beginning in 2004, we have produced over 700,000 footballs. We've donated more than 135,000 footballs. At Alive and Kicking, we want to create an Africa where thousands of jobs are sustained in the production of balls, where the use of sports helps the eradication of life-threatening disease, and where every child can play with a real ball.